Hey everybody, my name is SPAZ and I'm a CD Junkie. On this episode of CD Junkie, I'm not going to focus on a particular band. I'm just going to go through some of the things that I've been listening to, because we all go through those different phases where we want to listen to this, so I'll pull that off of the shelf, or maybe I'm going to review something, so I'll put that in my stack, and I just listen to a lot of stuff all day long, every day. So I'm going to go through this stuff. Some of this may surprise you, some of it may shock you, some of it may anger you, but let's start with Chris Rea. These are two CD remasters of On the Beach, Auberge, Road to Hell, Shamrock Diaries, and Dancing with Strangers. All of them have plenty of bonus tracks. Here's an Annette twofer. Sadly, it's a CDR, but I was in the mood for some Annette, so I pulled that out. It has 2 albums on 1 disc. Here's a few Russian CDs, which means that they're fan club CDs, if you know what I mean. Endgames, great Scottish synth pop. Positive Noise, a Scottish band, and this has both of their albums plus 1 bonus track. Blanket of Secrecy, this has their entire album plus 3 bonus tracks, remixes. I have been listening a lot to the Knickerbockers box set. Oh boy, is this fantastic. Sure, it's all mono, but I'll take it. This is on the Sundays label. I just did an article on the discussionsmagazine.com site, and this is one of them, and this is absolutely fantastic. If you're just into great 60s pop, this is definitely a title to get. Here's a few things on the Renaissance label, the Pinups. You look at there and you go, oh, Spaz, what the heck? But the Pinups are kind of somewhere between AOR and New Wave. A lot of the songs were written by Tony Carey, from Planet P Project and Rainbow and everything, and it's not as cheesy as it looks, but it's actually a lot of really good songs on that. I like that a lot. I Am Siam, and that has bonus tracks. Fingerprints, this is a best of. It's all mastered from vinyl. Red 7 has some Mike Rutherford from Genesis. He produced some of this, maybe all of it, I'm not sure. This has both of their albums on 1 disc. And they called her the female Springsteen. Carolyn Mass, this is probably the most common album you'll see. But there's that album. Very much influenced by 60s girl group and rock. And it's really, really fun. Here's something really cool for Beatles fans. This is called Pepperisms. What it does is it takes bands that were very heavily influenced by the Sgt. Pepper album, and it compiles songs by all these unknown bands. So these are all like 1967, 68, late 60s stuff from all around the world. Hardly any band there that you've ever heard of, but it's still a great little collection. It's odd, it's weird. It is very, very much inspired by the Sgt. Pepper album, and that's really fun one to get. It's called Pepperisms. I'm a big fan of Exotica, lounge, easy listening, and here is a Betty Page Jungle Girl collection. It's not really Betty Page on the album. It's just using her likeness and her name, and it's just got a bunch of weird, crazy Exotica songs on it, and it's really fantastic. I want to get all the ones in this series because they're really fun, and of course it also has pictures of Betty. Has pictures of Betty in there, but it's a great little collection. I've got a couple box sets here. Here is Dollar. I just did a review of that on the Discussions magazine site, and that's a really great collection. They actually had 3 albums, but look at it. There's a total of 6 CDs and a DVD, and there's even a bonus CD in there that's not listed called A Few Dollars More. They were a commercial synth pop duo from the 80s. From the UK, and it's really great collection. A lot of great, wonderful pop melodies. There's a 2 CD best of that just came out as well to coincide with this if you don't want to spring for this whole box set. But if you want to hear Dollar, that's available. Also, the stuff that I talk about here on all my videos is not just me going, hey, I have this. It's me saying, hey, this is a great band. Go check this out. I don't talk about anything that I don't think is worthy of your time and money. Speaking of which, here is Never Boring. It's the Freddie Mercury box set. And what this features, apart from a wonderful book which is mostly photos. It features a best of, it features a new remixed version of his Mr. Bad Guy album, and it features a version of the Barcelona album with new orchestration, and it features a DVD with a bunch of videos. So that's Freddie Mercury, never boring. Now I've got two things that are not CDs, but they are music related, and I really want you to check them out, which means go online and buy them. Robert Crenshaw. Remember I did the video for Marshall Crenshaw a couple of videos ago, and I talked about Robert's albums, which are just fantastic. He put out a book, and this one's autographed. Thank you, Robert. And it is fascinating. I have to continue reading it. Talks about his career, and it's a fascinating book. He also has an audio book, and it features guest appearances from other people as well. So definitely check out that, Robert Crenshaw. And then finally, oh my gosh, this is fabulous. It is a Residence bobblehead. There, of course, is Mr. Skull and three of the Residents, but I'm going to show you the actual bobblehead itself. Just beautiful. Just look at that. It's beautiful. It's numbered. I believe there's only 1,000 of them. And it's beautiful. Look at that. Mr. Skull. And the other Residents right there. So anyway, that is it for me right now. I just wanted to show you some of the stuff I've been listening to. I don't just sit here in my room and listen to Power Pop and New Wave. I listen to Power Pop, New Wave, Easy Listening, Exotica, whatever. But hopefully maybe something I talked about is something you've been looking for, or something you didn't know existed, and you get online and you check it out right now. So anyway, but that's it for me. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a few minutes. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hug. We all need hugs. But until the next time, my name is SPAZ, and I'm a CD Junkie.